How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm here again with Naick and Kim, and if you've seen my last video, you'll know that we had a great time looking all around Tainan today.
Although it was a little bit rainy, but in the end it stopped raining.
We made the most
really
of it and we had a good time.
And now it's a beautiful evening here in Tainan.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to miss an opportunity to actually interview you guys, because you've been traveling around for literally more than a year.
More than a year, yeah. It's
I think
been
we
14
started
months.
in January 2019, 4th of January we started, so it's 16 months now, almost 17,
Yeah.
so we've been traveling for a while.
Yeah.
That is incredible. So I'm going to play the interviewer. I'm gonna hop back behind the camera, and if you guys wouldn't mind just hanging out with me, answering a few questions.
We'd be happy to.
Okay.
Of course.
So you just mentioned that you've been traveling all around the world for more than a year. How many countries have you been to so far?
That's actually a good question.
Yeah, we'd have to count.
We have to count. We went to...
But it's roughly one country a month, so I guess 12 or 14 countries.
Yeah, we went to Mexico, we went to Guatemala, Honduras, Colombia, and that was like the Latin America part of the trip.
It was 4 months.
And then we went through Eastern Europe. I think we did about 4 or 5 countries. So then we are
Germany, Poland, Estonia, Latvia, Russia.
Russia.
And then we took the Trans-Siberian Railway all the way through Russia, Mongolia, China. And we ended up in Vietnam and Thailand last year, so that was last year.
Yeah, that was last
year. And then this year we started Romania, Egypt, India, now here in beautiful Taiwan.
That literally sounds like the trip of a lifetime.
It has been.
It
has been.
is.
Yeah, it has been incredible.
So what have your favorite countries been so far?
The first one we went to, Mexico, is definitely one of our favorite ones.
From the first half of the trip, that was by far the favorite one, because it's just so diverse. It has everything. It has beaches, it has jungle, it has mountains,
the history,
really good food.
Yeah, and then we also really like China. We spent 6 weeks there. It's such a big and vast country, and the variety of things you can see, do and eat there, it's incredible.
So I guess Mexico and China, and the thing we love most about both is the variety you can have. Like, it feels like a very wide experience, and like you can see a lot of the country in a really short period of time.
Yeah, and especially in China, going through different parts almost feels like traveling through different countries by its own. So
because it's so big, it's just so big. Yeah.
And of course, we really like Taiwan as well. But
So you guys are from Belgium.
Yeah.
And what inspired you to quit your jobs and start traveling the world?
It's actually something we have been thinking about a really long time before we started the trip. I remember in 2013, that was the first year after university we were actually working. I was working as a lawyer, you were working as a financial consultant, let's say, to keep it simple. And we went on our first big international trip. We went to Malaysia for 3 weeks, and that is where we met a family from Canada, actually.
Yeah, they were Canadian, and they were traveling with their family for 1 year with the mother, the father, and 2 children. I think they were 10 and 8 or something like that.
And we never heard of anything like that
Especially
before.
another family traveling together for 1 year.
Oh,
And we thought it was such a cool story, and I think the idea started growing from there. Each year we took a big vacation of about 3 weeks where we visited some, I would say, more exotic country, at least to us. And each time we kept meeting more and more people who were traveling for longer times, 3 months, 6 months, up to a year, even some people for longer. And yeah, that's how the idea grew on us to do this as well. And we kind of figured we wouldn't be able to afford it. But then we started doing the math a little bit more and started traveling more and found ways to travel cheaper. And then in the end we just decided to do it and make a plan for it. So we made a plan financially mostly, how we could afford this, and we saved up for
a few years.
Probably more than 3 years to be able to afford this, because we just live off our savings. And yeah, that's how the plan came
to life.
Is it difficult being away from home for so long, away from your friends and your family?
It's not easy.
It's not easy, no. We do miss them, and we were spending a lot of time with our friends and family when we were at home, because obviously we really like spending time with friends and family. It's important to have a good social network. And we do really miss them. So yeah, it is not easy, but on the other hand, we're always busy with traveling and making the videos, and we have so much things to focus on, so we don't spend so much time thinking about it, I guess.
But I think for me the worst part is usually when we're away from home for 2 or 3 months, because during the last 16 months we've been home twice. On the other hand, I think this trip also taught us a little bit that, as cliche as that sounds, as long as we're together and we can do something we really enjoy, that for us, we have enough to be happy.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, have there been any disasters on the road? I mean, it's easy to show all the positive stuff, but can you think of any time when maybe you thought about quitting or going back home, or just something that wasn't as positive?
No,
we're quite committed to this. We love to travel.
We really love traveling, and it is not really easy all the time. I mean, we really love traveling, and it's a really nice thing, but it's not always easy as well, because you always have to figure out a new place to stay, new places to eat, and making the videos just takes up a lot of time, and you're always in a foreign country which you're not sure how everything works, and so it takes up a lot of energy as well. I mean, we really love this lifestyle, but it is not always easy, but yeah, we really love it and never thought about quitting, but we did have some mishaps still.
And I think the low for both of us probably was last year in December.
So we went scuba diving. We really love scuba diving. It's one of my favorite hobbies. It's actually my favorite hobby. Just watching neat sea, watching fishes. So we're on a liveaboard in Thailand for 1 week. One of our dream destinations, actually, we have wanted to do for many years. And I ended up with a decompression incident. So basically when you go diving, there's a lot of pressure under the water. It also compresses the oxygen and nitrogen you have in your blood. And when you come up, that expands. And if you come up too quickly, it can form some bubbles, or sometimes just randomly it happens because
you have bad
random
luck.
stuff. You have bad luck. That's what happened to me. I started feeling tingling in my arms and shoulder, and got a little bit numb and stuff like that.
And for pretty much every diver, decompression illness is like something you fear, you know, you learn about it in your training, and they're like, you have to be really careful because you don't want that to happen, because it can potentially be quite serious.
We were very careful as well. It can be quite serious. I had a milder case, luckily, but the thing was also, in general, it is not that dangerous to have it if you can get to a hospital pretty quickly, but that was the problem. We were on a boat and there was a big storm. We were hiding behind an island, and it was a 6-7 hour trip back to the mainland at night, and the waves were just too big to get back, so we had to spend a night on the boat while normally I had to be in the hospital. I didn't really mind getting it because you know what it is and what the treatment is, and it's not that bad in general. But being stuck on the boat for that night without getting to the hospital, that was the worst part. Yeah. But it never made us think about quitting. It's just one of those things that can happen.
It just made us grateful for travel insurance. Yeah. Buy travel insurance when you go traveling. We have a good one. We use it. It saved us a lot of money.
Otherwise it would have cost us upwards of $10,000, but luckily we had good insurance.
Prepare to be dazzled.
So that wasn't the only major thing that has happened on this trip, because while you were gone, we entered into a new era of, you know, COVID-19, the pandemic, which completely changed your plans. I just watched your video today about how you were in India and you booked a very last-minute flight right here to Taiwan, where you've been ever since. So what made you want to choose Taiwan specifically?
We were in India, so we were traveling around India, and there was almost no cases there of COVID-19, Corona. And then suddenly some cases started to pop up. It was really minor, so we were not worried. But then the government started to decide to already close some of the states, and we heard also some foreigners not being allowed into certain hotels.
And around that time also, we grew increasingly concerned because in Europe things were getting really bad, and countries started
to go in lockdown. And we didn't want to get stuck in India, so we started doing some research, which were the countries least affected by Corona at that point in time. And I think we came up with a list of 3 places, which was Hong Kong, Singapore and Taiwan. Yeah. So we picked Taiwan, first of all because it's one of the safest countries, almost no cases here, and also because it's a bit of a bigger place than Hong Kong and Singapore, so in the best case we could still travel around, which luckily is the case. So
it's not all city, it also has nature.
Yeah.
It has good food. There's plenty to do and a lot of variety as well.
People are so nice here, so it's really great.
Yeah.
So you've really been taking advantage of it, and you've actually found quite a nice audience here in Taiwan.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing actually. It blew our mind how good the response has been to our Taiwan videos.
And we have gotten so many nice supportive comments, people who are happy that we are here, showing us nice places or helping us out with general things. Even we didn't have any masks, we didn't really know how it worked when we arrived. So somebody came to our apartment, gave us some of their masks. We have received so much kindness from the local people in Taiwan, it's incredible.
And especially I think during a time like this, it has done us so much good, because there's a lot of not so good stuff going around in the world at the moment, and to just be so well received and such nice messages.
All that positivity that really helps us a lot as well.
It's true.
Well, and I'm sure everyone watching this thinks that you made the right decision to come to Taiwan, and I'm sure you guys feel that way too.
Definitely, absolutely. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now.
No.
All right, guys, thank you so much for the interview in the rain. You guys are troopers, and everyone watching, go check out Naick and Kim on their YouTube. I will post it right down below. And once again, thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us. Showing us around.
It's really, really nice.
No problem.
Bye.
Say something that will make my day, 'cause these memories of her won't go away. They're haunting me so I can't sleep. She was a pretty little liar who cut me deep, 'cause she left